All right, Sean Castorina with the 10-Minute Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm excited because it's a teaching edition. But then again, I'm excited when I have founders because I get to extract from them some fresh wisdom, and that's always exciting. But I love when I get to teach you all. What I want to talk about today is the 7 mindsets that will set you on the path to success. Now, I've shared with you how I feel about mindset. Mindset is great, but you better have some talent. Okay, you still need talent. You still need to be executing on a profitable idea. And there's some components of that. Mindset by itself is not enough. But once when you figure out what you're really good at and you put mindset on it, it's an accelerant. You'll definitely do better. When you got a profitable idea, mindset will definitely bring it to existence faster. So I think mindset's critical. I think it's one of the major components of success. All right, so let me just give you the 7 mindsets that I believe will help you on your path to success. The first one is you need to have a growth mindset. What does this mean? It means you got to be able to dream big and push beyond boundaries. Look at Elon Musk. I'm convinced that he looks at everything as like, I think we can do that. I mean, people have talked about going on Mars. He put some feet to it. I mean, he's moving in that direction. He's like, okay, we've gone to the moon. I've got a partnership with NASA. I don't think Mars is out of the question. It's a growth mindset. Your most successful people just have a growth mindset. Bill Gates, what was his mindset? I'd like to see a computer in every home and on every desk in America, in the world. Okay, that was nearly 35 years ago. It looks like that's happening. Growth mindset. Do you dream big? Do you push beyond boundaries? Number 2 is no risk, no reward. You need to have a no risk, no reward mindset. It doesn't mean that you take unbelievably crazy risks where you're always putting, your finances at risk, because I've said to you, every decade you hold back a little bit more. Like what I would have risked in my 20s is dramatically different than what I would risk at middle age. Well, why? Because I have shorter time frame to make it up. But I still take risk. And I'm going to tell you why it's a mindset. See, if you don't risk, there's never a reward. And taking risk gets you out of your comfort zone, gets you out of your safety zone. So I'm sharing with you the 7 mindsets that if you have these, you're moving down the path to success, because your most successful people have these. All right. You embrace your mistakes and move on. The second part of that is so critical. You embrace your mistakes. Okay, I made them. What did I learn from them? What would I do again differently? And you move on. You let go of that backpack of mistakes. I've got some humdingers, some amazing failures, some of which are of my own doing, some of which didn't see coming. But nevertheless, you make them, you evaluate them, you learn from them, and then you move on. You don't keep holding yourself, I can't do it, I failed there, this happened to me. Move on. Next, be curious. You want to have the mindset of the most successful people? Have a tremendous curiosity. Never stop learning. Never stop asking questions. Get around people that you can ask questions to. That's what's great about like a Facebook group. And if it's led by somebody who's way above you, and typically they will be, if you get to ask one question and they only take your question once a month, you made out on that deal. So be curious. How does that work? Why do people want that? What would make that different? Just a tremendous curiosity. Brian Grazer, who's he produces movies with Ron Howard, wrote a great book on curiosity. And it's so true. He used to do interviews, like lunch interviews with incredibly, famous and diverse people, and because he had just a great curiosity. It's an incredible book too. So be curious. Be grateful. That's another mindset. It's hard to be angry and be grateful at the same time. It just is. I haven't figured out how to do it. If you can figure it out, you got a next level of hatred that I've never had. But be grateful, because when you're grateful, it's a positive energy. People can sense it. So be grateful. All right, again, I'm trying to teach you the mindset of the most successful people on planet Earth. Avoid negativity and embrace the positive, okay? You can look at any situation negatively. And the excuse you will use for that, I'm not negative, I'm just very cautious. No, you're negative. Okay, I'm cautious. I take risks, but I still try to move all the pieces in my favor. I don't take blind risk. I try to take controlled risk. I still try to get everything to come up my way, just sometimes it doesn't, and I'm aware that that can happen. But stop the negativity and stop using the excuse that, oh, I'm just very, very cautious. I'm very, very detailed. No, you're negative. And you can embrace the positives there. You can look at this like this could be positive. This is going to work. I like to speak as if. So I look at the situation and talk as if it's going to already work the way I want to. When so-and-so reaches back out to us, we move forward on their job, maybe it's a huge account. I avoid the negativity. I embrace the positive. I speak as if. Next, exercise. Why? Because a healthy body helps your mind. It gives you energy. It allows you just to think better. Listen, if you're struggling and you never move, your body doesn't move, okay? A body in motion stays in motion. It's hard to be upbeat and energetic if you're not taking care of your body and your mind. You're not reading good books. You're not exercising. So, healthy body and mind will give you more energy, and that's going to help your mindset. So let me go through the 7 mindsets that I absolutely believe going into 2021 is going to be a game changer for you, and it'll help you. It'll get you on your path to success. You need to have a growth mindset. This means dream big. Push beyond the boundaries. Unlimited thinking. Next, no risk, no reward. Get out of your safety zone. Get out of where you're comfortable. Put some chips in on the table so you can win other people's chips. Embrace your mistakes, accept them, and move on. Learn from them. But don't let them hold you back from what the future can be. Be curious, incredible curiosity. Never stop learning. Ask questions. Try to put yourself in groups where you can ask questions to people that are so much further than you. Be grateful. It's hard to be angry if you're grateful. Next, avoid negativity and embrace the positive. And again, I said to you, stop the I'm just being cautious. I'm not negative. I'm just analyzing things. No, assume a positive outcome. Embrace the positive. And finally, a healthy body and a healthy mind is going to help your mindset. Why? Because you have energy. Whenever you exercise, you get that little bit of a high. When you spend time thinking and reading, it cleanses your brain, your mind. Again, what I shared with you today was the 7 mindsets that will, set you on the path to success. This is Sean Castorina with the 10-Minute Entrepreneur Podcast. The podcast that every single week gets ranked number 1 in another country in our category. It's amazing. Today, I've said we went from Macedonia to Zimbabwe, Ashbara. I know I just pronounced that country wrong. I'll have to get that perfect. Ashburane. What is the name of it? I apologize, but I know I'm crushing it. I apologize to anybody out there for it, but it's spelled in a way that I'm having trouble explaining it. All right. But again, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Tell others about it, rate it, subscribe to it. Again, we are sponsored by Get Started Marketing. If you're having trouble getting new customers, you need to reach out to getstartedmarketing.com. Thank you again for listening to the podcast.